I am early. Getting started, y'all. I will let other people come in. I also can never tell, like, who's in here. Like, hello, hello. Hey, love. Hey, y'all. Peace and blessings to you, too. Well, this is more of a discussion, so I don't know if I'm doing readings. I might not. But yeah, I hope everyone was getting like the notifications. I know somebody said they didn't get one, so I don't know. I was hoping to try and give everybody a heads up before I started. Um, yeah. Hey y'all. Okay, so yeah, okay. I don't know. It seemed like maybe it didn't really start until I went live. So I don't know. I just came on a couple of minutes early just in case. Yeah, I don't know how these notifications work. I was trying to check from my other account to see if it was showing, and I was like, I don't see like me going live, or like I had to go directly to my page to see it. So I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how it work. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna, I guess, have like the first discussion talking about like manifestation. Like, how many of y'all are into manifestation, or, do you have any views on it? I'm gonna talk about my experience in just a minute. Yes, you did. I need to put my glasses on. I'm gonna be squinting. Anybody believe in manifestation? I don't know if it's like a delay or anything, but yeah. Do you guys practice manifestation? Okay. You practice. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm always kind of like on the fence about it. I know, um if you're a regular, then you probably heard me talk about like manifestation and me kind of like being on the fence about it. Does it really work? Is it meant to work for everybody? And so I just kind of feel like I still feel that way. Like, I feel like certain people have certain restrictions, or like you can only manifest like what you're meant to manifest. And that could be because I learned about the birth chart first and just kind of saw how things came into fruition from that chart. Like, I was mind blown when I first came into astrology, and it made so much sense as to why certain things happened in my life and at what time point, and all these alignments. And I was like, oh my god, like, so is like everything destined? Is everything pre-written? So I'm just going to go ahead and get into that. So I know somebody was wondering, like, how did I get into manifestation? And as always, it kind of like started with that spiritual awakening. And when you are on that journey, like, everything all of a sudden you're exposed to everything. Everything is just like being revealed to you. You just want to know more. And so I don't know. I was listening to other people, and something happened, and I don't know how I stumbled onto Neville Goddard. But he was just like talking about how God was within you and God was your own imagination. And I was like, at first it was like, oh my God, this is like so blasphemous. Like, what is he saying? You know? But the more I listened to him, I was just like, you know what, like, this does make sense though, and I was like starting to try and embrace it. And so I started doing like little techniques to see if it does work. I'm like, well, let me go ahead and be open minded. And so I would start to focus on certain things. And his teachings are like more on the law of assumption, like assuming that you already have it. And really, honestly, before I go into him, my manifestation actually kind of starts back a little earlier in my teenage years. I had discovered this book called, oh my God, what was the name of it? It was creative something about your imagination or the creative thought process, something like that. And I remember it had like some African drawings on the front. I don't know, but I stumbled on that as a teenager. And I remember going through it and reading it, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, well, I'm about to make this happen. And there was this guy that I liked in high school. And I started just like using him as like my target. He was like really popular. He was like really attractive. And I'm not the type of person that like, gets all flirty with the other girls or like jump in somebody else's face. It's kind of like, no, like you're gonna notice me on my terms or in some other unusual way. And so I was using him as my focus of manifestation. I was just like more so, I would listen to music and imagine that we were like in this relationship. And I did that for days. And then one day I was like became friends with his cousin. I didn't know that was his cousin. And so his cousin was like, you know what, you should meet my cousin. You should, he was like, I want to introduce you to him. And he was like, hey, so and so, come over here. And I was like, oh my God, that's his cousin. And so he like introduced us, and, we started just interacting from there. And from there, that was like my first like real serious relationship. And so now, granted, in astrology, when I look back, I was having like a major meeting transit. And also because of the Dasha system, I don't know if you've heard me talk about the Dasha system before, but it's like a time where each planet has to rule your chart. I was running like my Mars Dasha, and Mars does represent boyfriends and for female or whatever. And so Mars was like ruling that time frame, and it was in my ascendant at that time. Because you change your chart according to which ruling sign it is. You always stick with your birth chart, but when a certain planet is running that time, you switch it to that. So, oh my God, Paul. So yeah, that was the first experience that I had with like the manifestation. Um, the second time I did it, when I said like I got into Goddard, I'm trying to go in order. I'm looking at my notes because I was like trying to remember the order and like the stuff started happening. For one, I know a piano. That was like one of the major things that I feel like manifested. Um, I wanted a piano in my living room so bad. And so I used to just envision myself like playing a piano. And the next thing you know, my sister was moving and she was like, I got a piano. She was like, you keep it or you can have it if you want to. And she didn't know that I was like trying to manifest a piano. So I'm like, yes, I'll take that piano. So I had the piano delivered to my house, and I had my piano, and that was like to me like a big manifestation thing. Other things I manifested were things like what do you call it? Like little small things like fast food, like being waiting in line and they get your order wrong. And I'm just like, let me manifest something free. And sure enough, like they would give me something free. So like little things like that. Certain things that I'm not proud of was like something in regards to like this guy that I liked on social media. And I was like, let me see if I can manifest him. And so I did start getting his attention just through thought. And I would notice whenever I would, try to manifest a conversation with him, those are the days that he would like interact with me. on certain posts or whatever. And okay, I'm not proud about this, but one day he was like showing off that he had like a girlfriend. And I was like, so don't be mad, y'all. But I manifested like a breakup. And like about 2 months later, next thing you know, like they're not together anymore. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, did I do that? Or is that just like, you know, but we never got into a relationship. It never went any further than that. And I think that is also kind of like where it started to break off as far as like, does manifestation really work? It's like, if you can't like really manifest like the person that you want, like, is it worth it or is it really working? So my views started shifting from there. I also noticed that when I often say that I manifested this move here to Arizona, but I did have like a reading that showed that I would be moving that year. And that was something that was also already kind of like written in my birth chart. So I don't know that I have like full on proof whether or not manifestation can supersede the birth chart. That is something that I'm still on the fence about. Like, what do you guys feel about that? Do you feel like you have manifested something that you were meant to have? I'm sorry, I was getting like a lot of crazy comments here. What have you manifested? Your career? Okay, that's cool. You said you manifested your career too. Yeah. He changed. That's good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that is the thing that I kind of feel like um I am still able to manifest is like moods. I kind of feel that whenever I can change someone's mood like for the better through manifestation, which is also something that I've been thinking about doing to help other people. And I've done that for my mom a lot. I've done that for my bestie. I've done it for her son. I've done it for other friends, but it's like I feel like I have like some sort of gift where I can alter someone's mood. So, like if someone is going through something very depressing or sad, and then I send that energy towards them, or I like just envision that person with their spirits uplifted, the next thing that I know is that they're, going through a better time or their situation has improved. So, that I do believe in. I feel like it really is something that works. Um, yeah, yeah, definitely is something that I want to look into. So you said you couldn't because it's karma. Oh, Anita, you said, oh, I'm sorry. Look, I should just put on my glasses. But yeah, you said that you couldn't do something because it was karmic. Mm, okay, that is a weird comment, but whatever. So we are here just kind of like talking about manifestation. Let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah, the love thing, it seems like it's so hard to do. Like I used to belong to certain manifestation groups, and there was a couple of people there. It's just a lot of people there actually that wanted like a specific person. They call it like a specific person because Neville Goddard did talk about how you can manifest like a specific person, and that's how he got his wife and all of that. And so um there was this one girl, I just remember her particular story where she said she had been trying to manifest this person for like almost, like it was like years. It was so many years that it just kind of made me feel like, do I want to do that though? Like that's a lot of energy and a lot of work. Um, I guess maybe I'm too impatient for that, but yeah, she said tried to manifest that person for almost like 10 years. That was like crazy to me. So, I don't know how to do the moderator thing. Do I have to do that for like next time? Let me see. Oh, okay, I see. All right, so yeah, I made you. Thank you, Kofi. Yeah, like people is crazy. Like, is this not normal? Like, what is it? Maybe I got a different mindset from people. I'm just like, these are like normal with me. Like, what is the big deal? Like, this is crazy. Oh, Benita, you said you got patience. That's good. If you got the patience, then do it. What was the group? It was a group that had something to do with what's his name, Neville Goddard, and it was on Facebook. I don't know which one because he probably has several of those groups. So if you check with Neville Goddard through Facebook groups, there should be several groups that you could join where a lot of people kind of like come on there for support and everything. Yeah. Um. Oh, okay. Hi, Texas. It's crazy. I think it is so weird, like people who come on here with negativity. That's just strange to me. I don't know. But like as far as like the manifestation of, I also believe in like everything is you pushed out. So I do believe that people are manifestations of another part of you or something within you. So, hi, love. Yeah. So I kind of feel that when certain people come into your life, it's still another version of you and it's for a reason. That is also something that I still kind of keep with me is everyone is you pushed out. I truly believe that. That's why in regards to like keeping like a positive space or creating a type of environment that you want, I really believe in that in regards to like creating your own universe. um that's why like when um COVID came out, and I did not want to indulge into a lot of that because I felt like a lot of that was, how can I say this? Well, it's not that I didn't believe that it wasn't real. I just didn't want to be consumed by that fear that was being pushed. I knew I could see that it was like a setup. It's like, okay, create fear so that people will buy into this because you can basically make people do anything when they're in fear. Um, and I do feel like it was man made. I still believe that. Um, so I didn't want certain things in my universe, and I would kind of like monitor my life. I do feel that um, certain things got cracked in my universe when I did allow family to move with me. That affected the path that I was on, but at the same time, I understand that that was likely karmic, and is still something that I'm having to learn or understand. Um, you said you tired of lessons. Yeah, I get it. Um, I also just kind of feel like I have like this exterior, like I feel like maybe I have more of a tough exterior than most, where I'm just like, I can accept bad news or tragedy. Um, I don't. I guess like better than most. To me, it's kind of like bring it. Like I feel like I always have to like brace myself, and I think that's because I have Saturn in the ascendant, and Saturn is just kind of like rough. Saturn is rough. Saturn can be dark. And I just kind of feel like I have that type of Saturn energy in me. So I can be more realistic with certain things like that. It's like when I learned through astrology, like a lot of people don't like hearing like, oh, I don't like, that's not fair, that I had to pay for something that I did in another life that I don't remember. But for me, it just like made perfect sense. I was like, it makes sense because I feel like I don't do nothing in this life. Like, this has to be coming from somewhere else, or this has to be for character building or for some sort of lesson. So I kind of embrace more difficult and tough times. Um, that's just, it helps me. And to me, it gives me power to know that I like chose this life before I got here. And knowing that my over self is still watching over, but it's just more so like a lesson. Those are just like the thoughts that help me. You said you can detach. Yeah, understandable. Getting lonely. I wouldn't say I'm lonely right now. Maybe because I still have children at home, but um, I can really I'm good right now. um, yeah. Hello, actor. Yes. So you said you feel like you paying something back from past life. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that way too. But it's like good things and bad things. Like certain things I get in this life. Um, I would say the biggest thing I have is like able to get like shelter, even though I always have a problem sustaining my shelter. It's like I do feel like I'm blessed with finding shelter or getting it in some sort of unusual way. Like you shouldn't be able to get, a house right now. You shouldn't be able with this type of credit, you shouldn't be able to get XYZ. But it's like certain things always kind of work in my favor. Again, that's going back to the birth chart because I have Venus in the fourth house, and Venus loves being in the fourth house and does give blessings when it comes to like homes and things of that nature, comforts. You said you'd be like, who you hurt in the past, girl. And that's what I had learned, especially like depending on the condition of your Jupiter for women and Venus for men. Um, it shows you what you earned. And apparently, my Jupiter is in bad shape, meaning that I guess maybe I didn't earn enough good deeds or spiritual deeds in my previous life. So now I'm seeing the results of that. So that's basically what I learned about it. And I'm still hopeful, like even though I don't believe that I'm gonna manifest everything, I still like try to be hopeful with it. Anisha, have you tried going to this state for your what do you call this, vital statistics? Just go there and get your but get the detailed birth record, because I think there's two birth records. One of them is just real brief, and the other one is detailed with like everything, the time. Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much. Yeah, Jupiter is in the second house. What about like the sign it's in? Because it's certain signs that Jupiter sits in that indicates that it's in a bad position for a spouse. And the majority of the signs that Jupiter is in is not good for Jupiter. Jupiter, of course, is like very good to having Cancer, Sagittarius, its own sign, uh, Cancer, where it's exalted, and Pisces, again, its own ruling sign. Then I think it does okay in Leo. I think Aries, Leo and Aries. And then I think like everything else is like a bad place for Jupiter. So yeah, and then I forget which signs are good for Venus. But Jupiter definitely has like a lot. Any other signs that are sitting in, it's like giving you like troubled companions. So yeah, it's I think it's more so about the sign that Jupiter is in rather than the house that talks about like the type of spouse, whether you're gonna have like good luck with a spouse or not. And of course, hi Gigi. Of course, it depends on other things that are going on in your birth chart that will allow you to have those things. So yeah, but I think I got a really bad one when it comes to relationships. Good one for children, cars, and home. Um, and even though, like, even with the driving thing, like I had a bad placement for driving. I've been in like so many accidents because of this placement in my chart. It's it's horrible. But yeah, and I think also it was because I was running a certain planetary. So I think that Mars energy is not good for that. So yeah, when I was running at that planetary time, it was bad for driving. So it all depends on what you have. Thank you so much, Kofi. Yeah, I think it all depends. What was that? Thank you, B Oracle. Girl, it's crazy in here. Crazy, crazy. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, did you guys have any other questions about like manifestation or like what you could do or my thoughts on something or my experience? Oh, Sid. Y'all crazy. Callie, no, I'm from Chicago, but I live in Arizona. Okay, I don't know what that question is. All right, well, I guess I can answer just a couple of questions for everybody. How can you manifest a soulmate reconciliation? Um, I would say, and I, like I said, I don't know how much time it would take, but if you have the patience for it, um, I would just imagine that person and the two of you just like embracing. It's like you don't have to have like this big whole, storyline in your head, but just that moment you want to freeze frame like the perfect moment between you and that person. And I would focus on that, for as long as it takes for you to really believe it. And then you're supposed to release it. You're not supposed to just keep wondering when it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. Now, before I came here to Arizona, I was like sitting down every day in the sunshine, on sunny days anyway, when it was warm in Chicago. And I would envision myself being surrounded by palm trees and warm weather and mountains. And I did that for, I don't know, maybe a month or so, until I got the money. Like I found out that I was going to get money for my home, and I was like, okay, I could go big or go home. I think it's if I got this amount of money coming to me, then I'm going to go ahead and relocate to someplace that's sunny and warm all the time. So, yeah, I feel like with the manifestation, if you want a reconciliation, though, just kind of focus on that perfect moment and really envision that, maybe once a day. It's like you don't want to obsess over it. Um, it's a weird, it's a weird thing that you have to learn how to do it on a regular, but at the same time, like releasing it and let it go. It's like a weird little thing that you create, and then it seems like it does work or it does manifest. Again, for people, it's hard to say. Um, I feel like it personally just takes much longer unless it is something that is like clearly destined. Something is clearly destined for you guys to be together. Oh, thank you, Nadia. Manifestation stones. Oh, I don't know about manifestation stones. I will say, like, I mean, this was like the first stone I got when I came to Arizona. This is quartz. No, calcite. And it was something for healing or whatever for when you felt lonely. And I was like kind of missing my family when I first moved out here. So I would hold that to my chest at times and just like let it heal. And I do feel like it did something. It did lift my spirit. So and there was some sort of a shift afterwards. So yeah, it was like a pink. It's a pink calcite for healing. Yes, set the intention and then forget about it. Awoken to be a healer. Should you use your abilities? I feel like if you want to use your abilities, if that's what you feel like you should be doing, you know, um, test it out, see how your abilities work with people. That's what I did with tarot. It was more so kind of like a test run at first. And then once I felt like comfortable, it's like, okay, like, and once, several people started telling me that I was gifted, then I was like, okay, I'm going to take this more seriously now. So, yeah. Yes, the lines, the where you can be more successful. I totally agree with that because this was unintentional, but when I first moved out to Arizona, I moved into a area where it was on a ley line, the 33rd degree parallel. Some people were like talking bad about that I saw on TikTok. I'm like calling it demonic or whatever, just bad. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but it brought like goodness to me. I don't know if it helps that I always say I'm a nice demon, but it really did bring in a lot of success when I was living on that 33rd degree parallel. And not only that, but I was living in a northeast facing home. Again, that was before I understood about like Vastu and the direction that you live on. But because things had gotten so bad for me in this house, I was like, what is wrong? Why is my life declining? Like in every area, like everything that I felt like I had achieved started declining once I came to this house. And so initially I was like, is this house bad luck? Like, what is wrong? And that caused me to start digging and digging again into astrology. I feel like every time God like wants your attention, like a bunch of bad stuff start happening so that you can start trying to figure out like what's going on. Um, but that is how I learned about Vastu, which is like I said, similar to um Feng Shui. And this house is facing complete opposite direction. This one is southeast facing, which is bad for my chart is and it's bad for my health. It's not good. It's not good for me. So my next intent is to move to a house that is in alignment with my birth chart. Um, but yeah, I do believe in those directions and energy being in those directions and those ley lines. You said your line's on the West Coast. Mm. Yeah, you can feel it. You can feel like something is off. So, yeah, if you ever get the opportunity, maybe you should go towards where your energy is calling, go back in that direction. So, it's some truth to that. Hey, boss lady. Yeah, definitely some truth to that with the energy lines. Yeah. Any more questions? Thank you so much. How do you check your lines? Well, I know there it depends. It sounds like what she's talking about is like astrological lines, like you can be on your Venus line or your Jupiter line, or some certain planets will activate certain things in your life. And then what I was also talking about was the parallel line, or the 33rd degree parallel, or ley lines. That you can look that up and see what cities they run through or what states they run through. Um, the I know the 33rd degree runs through Phoenix. And then it's also this website that you can go to called latitude and longitude or something, and you type in like your address and it shows you the degree line that you're on. And so that's one way to find out how to check, if you're on a ley line or not. But as far as like what line you're on according to astrology, uh, it's hard to explain. It's so hard for me to explain stuff, but it's something that you could go to on that website, Astro. I think it's Astro Me or Astro something, and you type in your birth information, and there's somewhere they have a section where you can look and see, where your location line. It's like called location astrology too. And my friend, she actually does that. She's into that. She would be able to tell you way more about location astrology than me. But her name is Demi, and I think I've shared her information before. But yeah, she has like all the information about that. Hmm. You said you're the opposite of yeah, you gotta, maybe that is happening for a lesson. Like maybe you had to go through some things while you're, having to feel that struggle of being away from your peace. I still would say just try to make the best of it. That's what I've had to try to do. I've gotten into like a lot of mantras where you listen to certain planet. It's like it's in Hindu, and you can listen to it. It's usually like recited like 108 times, I think, and that's what I listen to whenever I'm having troubles in my life. But it's good to know like at least what planet you should listen to. I knew that I needed to listen to my Mars mantras. So, but that might not be the same for you. Depends on your birth chart, and what problem that you're having. So, but mantras have also been very healing for me if you're looking for ways to heal or manifest. Yeah, same here. Well, right now, everything is kind of sucking right now. Love life, career, physical health, all of that is just kind of like not the best right now, but I'm just still trying to keep my spirits lifted. Yeah. I do feel that your life could definitely flourish depending on where you are. I really believe it helps. And people who come into spirituality, I kind of feel like those are certain things that you're supposed to figure out. It's just like, oh, like more knowledge is revealed to you the more you know about these things. Like every time you have like some sort of issue or problem, it drives you to kind of like do some sort of soul searching or research, which is it's good anyway. So yeah. All right. So I'm gonna answer maybe about 5 questions. Let's do some readings. Who has a question? Hi, Dave. Yes, B Soul, you sure can. All right, let's see what messages are for you. Girl. Okay. You just got a bunch of people coming out for you. Either these people are coming towards you romantically, or they just have some other significant role that they're playing. But I do feel that these people coming into your life will be the answer to your prayer, like something like you need it. Maybe they're coming to help you or gift you with something. Maybe this is, some sort of response from the universe in regards to some sort of help that you needed, something that you asked for. But you got fire signs coming out, water, air. Um, so yeah, and you in general right now, I know you're fire, but I kind of feel like you are just being very guarded right now. Maybe you feel like you've trusted too much. But something is happening where you do feel like, you know what, I can let my guards down a little bit. Let me open up with this person a little bit. So maybe somebody will prove that they're worthy of your time and energy. Um, but yeah, for the most part, I just kind of feel like you are going to be dealing with a lot of people, still people coming out. You also might need to put certain things into perspective. I feel like you're going to be, there's something that you're thinking about. I don't know if you're thinking, you're praying, or something that you're trying to manifest. You also could manifest maybe some sort of reconciliation or a reunion or a conversation that you're going to have with some people. Something might start off as a friendship. Seems like it may be in regards to a water sign and an air sign. No. But yeah, I see you starting to trust certain people again. So maybe they prove that, their intentions are worthwhile. But you're going to have to keep me posted and see what happened. Hey, 9 billion. General KZ. Let's see. You next. KZ. All right. So let's see what messages there are for KZ. All right, KZ, you seem like you have a secret. I feel like you also have been waiting to see if something happens. And like you've had to go back and forth on some sort of decision. If you felt like there was some sort of delay or a blockage, I feel like it's being removed. I feel like you're going to have this sense of freedom and liberation. Um, if it is in regards to a relationship, it does seem like this is new to you, like you're experiencing something new for the first time. You're having an experience where it feels spiritual and you can be like yourself. There are times where you feel maybe overwhelmed or like you're overthinking, but it does seem like you kind of get close to this person and the feelings are like mutual. If it is not talking about relationship, it still seems that there's going to be some sort of a breakthrough for you, maybe in regards to your home life. It seems like more opportunities are opening up for you, or at least one big major opportunity. And I feel like you're going to be in alignment with something that you're really hoping for. I think you're kind of nervous or doubtful that it's going to happen. You're like, I don't know. I need to see it to believe it. But I do feel like that's going to be happening for you. So there's going to be some sort of stability for you in regards to like relationships and some other possible situation. Could be about like vacation or a living situation. I do feel that if it is about vacationing, something may happen where you end up missing that person or sad. I mean, the place that you went to or something is like sad because you miss it. Or if it's a connection, it is possible that this person goes away and you would miss them. I don't know if they're going away for good or if it's, something temporary, but I feel like you would miss that person. All right. Yes, I'm always taking donations, boss lady. Um, and 9 billion, you said we have successful adult content. Let's see. 9 billion. All right. So I feel like it's going to be a lot of hard work, especially to keep something quiet. You also might need to open up more. I don't know if you're like holding back. I wouldn't say that it's not successful, but I kind of feel like maybe you're making something harder than what it needs to be. I do feel like you need to prepare yourself and you need to make some sort of decisions. I don't know if you're thinking about like legally changing your name or changing the name of your business or getting something in writing. Um, it's something that you may be doing to protect yourself, or maybe that's something that you're needing to do first. I do feel like the situation is kind of like stalled or stagnant. So I don't know if this is something that you've already started on. If you've already started on it, I feel like you're going to need patience because maybe it's taking longer to see the type of success that you're anticipating. I don't see failure, but it's just like whatever it's doing right now is how it's going to go until like you make some sort of changes, because I kind of feel like you're hiding something. I don't know, maybe you're like you want to do it but you're shy, or you don't want to put yourself out there. So I don't know, you have to like have courage, I guess, to remove whatever that barrier is that's in front of you. Starting next month, yeah. So just be ready. I do feel like it might be harder than what you anticipated for whatever reason, but if that's what you're wanting to do, just make sure you go with it and stick with it. It's going to take time, maybe to develop. You welcome. Hey, Benita. Yes, let me give you your general message. All right. General message for Benita. All right. So I kind of feel like don't fret over a situation because, I kind of feel like people or somebody isn't acknowledging you the way that they should. You might feel like you're being ignored. And it looks like at some point you decide that you're going to walk away from something. You're like, you know what, let me walk away from this. This isn't what I wanted, or I deserve better. I don't know if it's a person or a job, but it just looks like you're going off to something new. And I feel that you see like this new opportunity being presented to you. And I feel like it's not going to reveal itself to you, whatever this new person or opportunity is, until you walk away from the past opportunity, because it's not serving you any good. And it does look like, you're already like maybe coming to that conclusion. Seems like you've been patiently waiting, maybe to hear from someone. And it's like just followed with some sort of disappointment, but it's okay because I feel like there is something better for you. And when this new opportunity comes, it seems like you are more optimistic about your future. And then I do feel like stability is coming for you. If it's about finances, I feel like you're going to have financial stability, but it may require you to let something go or to give up on something in order to have that security. Now, if you're concerned about a relationship situation and wondering why someone is not giving you their full attention, I feel like it's because that person's already preoccupied either with their career or another relationship. And that also might be why you're needing to just like let them go or walk away. All right. Thank you, Music Bell. Did you have a question? Did you want a general read? I'm waiting for Music Bell. All right, Music Bell. I was waiting to see. You're welcome, Benita. I think it's a lag. I don't know if it's a lag, but Music Bell, I'm gonna just give you like a general read. Thank you guys. General, okay. All right. So, Music Bell, I feel like you are in a serious mood. You are studying, you are focused. You could be trying to study something in regards to career or spirituality. It does feel like you're trying to educate yourself. And I feel too like you want your own answers. Like maybe you don't want to follow certain restrictions or you've learned certain things and you're like, I want to, look into this myself. And so I feel like you start to do your own studying and own research. And you want to go off and find your own path. In regards to career, it still seems like there could be something going on where you're having to study or learn something on your own. I don't know if you're trying to figure out how to start your own business or if you're getting a promotion and you have to learn like something new about the job, some sort of new management skills. But you are coming off very quiet and introverted. It seems like sometimes you doubt yourself as well, but you're needing to come out of your comfort zone. Something is requiring you to get out of your comfort zone. It looks like you've been working on something and you get stuck doing, or maybe you feel like you don't know where you're going, but stay on, because I do feel like you're being enlightened and I do feel like things are being revealed to you. I feel like you don't really want to be bothered by people though. You're like I need quiet time. I need space. There's something that I'm trying to figure out. There could be either a Taurus, Virgo, or a water sign that is significant, or a Capricorn. If you're concerned about relationship, there's a possibility that a relationship needs to be fixed. It could be that you guys are having some sort of discussion on how to repair this relationship. You may not trust this person. Maybe someone has broken your trust and you're just like, I don't know, it's going to take time. Um, so I feel like you have to, at least depending on how long you've been with this person, give them a chance to prove themselves. And then, if they don't, then you know what you need to do. But yeah, I feel like you're in a very serious mood, or you will be. Um, all right. Who's somebody message about your business channel B degree? All right. Let's see. B degree and info, I have you. All right, so this is for B degree. Okay, there are some things that are happening, and I feel like there's been instability when it comes to business, which has caused you to have some sort of doubts or second guessing. Um, and you said this is about your business, so it kind of seems like maybe there's some learning that needs to take place, or maybe you feel like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm inexperienced. I don't want to do this anymore. And it does look like someone like drops the ball. If it's not you, maybe it's somebody that you work with. But it does look like you feel like something isn't working, and maybe you're gonna scratch it and just like start over. It's like, I need to just like redo this. Like, that energy was bad. I don't like, who I was working with, what I was working on, like whatever it is. I just kind of feel like maybe it wasn't going in the best direction. But I do feel that this needed to happen to help you grow and transform. And I feel like out of some sort of disappointment and or failure, like you needed that to help you grow and learn. Like, you'll know for next time. Or maybe it's going to inspire you to come up with a better idea or a better way of doing things. And I feel like things get better. Things definitely will get better, but you have to like scrap whatever it is that you're doing right now. And then you're going to come into some sort of security. You're going to find better people to work with, or better information that you need. And I feel like you're starting to build. It's like this. You're like, I could work with this, and you become very creative and innovative with something, business wise. So yeah, whatever you were working on in the past, I kind of feel like, let that go, because I feel like it's not working, but it's going to be for the better. And then next, wait, you're welcome, Music Bell. Fola, okay, let me get you. All right. All right. So you have someone from the past returning. Don't know if it's an ex per se. It does look like it's karmic though. Um, I feel like maybe there's been some sort of secret flirtation or secret communication, between you and somebody, or maybe you're unaware that someone has been sending you like these cryptic messages. Um, I feel like if something does start off like secretive or cryptic, then this person reveals themselves to you. And I feel like you're excited about whoever this is. Like there's strong attraction there, there's chemistry. And I do feel like you have like this soul agreement with this person. But like I said, it's karmic. And I feel like maybe for the most part, this is about balancing your karmas. Maybe you're going to end up feeling like indebted to them, or maybe they feel indebted to you, or maybe it's not even an awareness of why you're tolerating something, but you're doing it because it's like you're glued together. So, yeah, I feel like there's some sort of past life energies that you're needing to resolve with this person. And I feel like the attraction is there because that's like typical spiritual bait. It's like if it was with anybody else, you wouldn't be going through with this, but because there's such a strong chemistry with this person, I feel like you're going through it. And it could be with a fire sign, could be a Scorpio, could be a Libra or Capricorn, or someone that has like those placements. And but like I said, yes, very intense. I feel like you're also, going to have to make some sort of important decision in regards to whether or not you want to continue along, with this person. Yes, I know is something. It's like you love each other. It might be a situation where it's like you love each other, or like a love hate relationship. Can't live with them, can't live without them type energy, push pull. But yeah, there's some crazy. If it's not a person though, it still can be karmic, but it might be like your job. Maybe you feel like you're having to learn some sort of lesson to your job, or you're like, why can't I get out of this place? Like you feel stuck or you feel trapped in that situation until you're able to, get out. All right, Diamond, I'm gonna do one more. Okay, Diamond and Ray. It stops at you, Ray. All right, so Diamond, thank you guys. All right, let's see what message there is for Diamond. Okay, so Diamond, I feel like you are going to have to wait for something. Like you're already anticipating a situation, like you've put a lot of energy into something, and now all you can do is wait. I feel like you've been patient. Um, but I feel like it's time for you to like redirect your attention somewhere else. So at some point, I feel like you are just like, okay, like I'm done. Like, let me go in this direction now. And I feel like you're going to go off into something new and explore maybe a new relationship or explore a new job. I feel like you're taking matters into your own hands. Now, there's a fire sign around you, and I feel like maybe this person either makes you nervous, or maybe you feel restricted by this person, or this person has a way of saying things that like kind of gets into your head and makes you feel like you don't know what to do, or make you have like certain doubts about yourself. try to just continue to believe in yourself, not and not let other people get into your head. You need to finish some things that you started, whether it be a checklist, whether it be some sort of passion project, um, but it's something that you started that you need to finish. If it's a relationship, I feel like maybe you guys need to figure out ways to heal and make the relationship work or grow. But for the most part, I feel like you're like letting go because you waited long enough and you're just like starting to take matters into your own hands. And you probably do need to be proactive about your situation, whatever is going on. All right. And then the last one, who was that? For Ray. Okay. Y'all are welcome. Thank you, Be So Oracle. All right. Yeah, Dami, your content creations, you're just going to have to start, you're going to have to finish what something that you left off. All right, so I'm focusing now. All right, so I feel like you are confused. Yeah, Mo, I kind of feel like there is something that you're confused about. If this is about a relationship, someone is definitely giving you mixed signals, and I feel like this person is just like stringing you along. Um, I feel that you also are having to work through trust issues, but it's hard to trust this person because there's no stability. This person isn't giving you what you need to have security. And then I feel like you guys keep taking turns being manipulative or playing mind games with each other. One minute you're talking, the next minute you're distant with each other. I don't know if this is a love interest or your friend or something, but I kind of feel like there's a lot of confusion. But if it's a love interest, this person does string you along. And I feel like they play like a lot of mind games. This person calls you up when you're working, or it's like the minute you're trying to distract yourself or focus on other things, this person just kind of pops up and shows up. But yeah, I feel like you're needing to just focus on you. Stay focused. Don't listen to them. Don't let this person distract you. I don't know, too, if you're concerned about your finances. If you are concerned about your finances, I feel like eventually they're going to start growing. Money is coming in, and it's just coming in slow and steady. But right now, maybe you are having to struggle a little bit. You also, just in general, maybe have a hard time trusting people. Maybe people have taken advantage of you, or, have played on your emotions, because it does show that, there are times where you feel extremely emotional. Maybe you've already been very emotional this week. Maybe you've already been having like a lot of unusual dreams. And it seems too like you are trying to interpret your dreams or figure out like what that meant. But I feel like it'll make sense to you at a later date, but document them for sure and then come back to them. All right. So, yeah. So hopefully, thank you so much, Desiree. I hope that helps everybody. Yes, Diamond, thank you. Hey, Angela. Yeah. So I am done doing the questions for everyone. I appreciate everybody for checking in. Yes. You're welcome. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Oh, the deck is finished, Princess. Is I'm getting mine printed first to see how it looks. I'll show it to you guys, and then I'll put it up for sale. I probably have to um I have to make sure at least I get like at least 100 sales though before I can give like it's going to be pricey only because, just starting off, and is costly. I was like, ooh. So, but yeah, the deck is doing well, and I'll show you guys my deck once I receive it. I'll do like the little reveal, and then I'll let people start to place their orders after that. Yes, thank you. Me too. I mean, I need to ask you, like, girl, what did you do? This is expensive. So I need to reach out to you, Be Soul. So yes, so I will be talking to you guys. Thank you. All right.